So with these videos, I'm going to try to give just like kind of a couple things here or there. I don't want to try to overload what we're thinking about, we're focusing on, but I want to kind of give some things that we can kind of target for the next couple weeks. So with this throw here, um, one thing on the approach is you notice how the jab is angled slightly to your left. So like the tail of the javelin is a little more to the right. We could probably just straighten that hand up just a little bit, straighten that hand out just a little bit. It will kind of fix some of the things on the flight that you'll see here in a second. But it's not terrible, and we're talking about just maybe 2 inches to the left. As we go through here, I like um, the intensity of that impulse step. You know, you're really carrying those hips through, and you're really pushing through, not just basically hopping up, which is allowing you to maintain that horizontal momentum. That front foot contact, we're in good position here. That left arm, we could probably keep the left arm out just a little bit more. So keeping the kind of pushing that hand away from our body just a little bit more. So it takes us a little more time to pull through that block, so that we basically get to it a little bit later. But that's getting a little nitpicky. Through here, it was good through the release. Yeah, I mean, after those things, it's good. I would like to see us kind of get after the jab a little earlier. Like, it looks like we're doing a lot of just kind of like we're trying to watch it a little too much. Like, finish that throw, stay grounded through it, but finish that throw and then worry about kind of where it's going. So you want to be able to, because if you're trying to hold your body back here because you're trying to watch it, you're not going to get as much into it. Now, you can't turn your back to the sector before it lands, but you're doing a lot of trying to watch exactly where it goes to. So just like
danger zone.
Sorry about that. Let the throw get out there. Keep an eye out where you're throwing, but don't worry about tracking it as much as finishing that throw. So with this throw here, we get a little bit more of a side view. Let's see what we see here. Like I said, one thing I think that just with the timing thing that may help with it is we keep that left hand just a little higher and like kind of point it like in the direction you're trying to throw. I think it will give us a little more time to really pull that arm through a little more effectively. To like just this, the timing is just a little bit off on the throw and the release. So I think we kind of push that hand out away from us as if like we're like kind of reaching for where we're going to throw and then pull through. And so like that hand is basically right now we're at, if I had to give an angle, we're at like 30 degrees with that front hand, maybe 20. And we want to get up there, we're maybe about 45 degrees. So just kind of up a little bit higher just to give us a bigger place to pull from. That was good. Like I said, I said in the last video, I'd like to see us just get after and chase that video. So where that foot, we're holding back here, and then we just put that foot down. Like, let's try to adjust our approach to where we can actually go out after the javelin. Like, our body's going to carry forward. So like kind of like a light hop on that left leg, or a big step out with that right towards the direction of the throw, just so that we kind of get more momentum going that way. This throw here was a pretty good throw. Again, same things just come play. I think if we keep that hand a little bit higher, we'll be able to block a little higher, keep those shoulders a little more square on the throw. Like we pointed out, almost that lift that you're giving the javelin, so as it's coming out of your hand, rather than pulling and throwing that hand all the way through the tip, we're taking the javelin, we're kind of almost like tossing it in the air just a little bit to give it a little bit more height. So like it's kind of like if you toss a rock up, we're kind of doing that like, okay, it's here, and just kind of tossing it up. So just kind of keep the hand in contact with that javelin a little longer and then pull all the way through the release point. So for this throw here, from listening to the video, says that you basically kind of caught the side of you. So it's basically more than likely the tail of the javelin is where it needs to be. But the other thing too is notice your position here. I know that the sun's right there and it's kind of blurring it through, but if you watch it, see how far forward you are at that point. So the foot's hitting and we're already bringing that chest forward. So that's basically where we're getting ahead of the throw. meaning that we're not really fully ready for that strike position yet. Our chest and everything else is getting that position. So now all of a sudden, this is where we get into like we're taking our core, we're taking our legs, we're taking all those out of it, and we're trying to throw with just that arm. Which is probably why we end up hitting the head because basically we have to try to set up the angles, try to set up everything else with just that arm. So that was the thing. We just want to make sure we stay back. And I know you felt that one, so but just to point out exactly what was going on and why we want to avoid it. So this one will be really quick. I'm sure you probably felt it, but this one we have that good drive through here. But if you watch, look how early we're kind of getting forward. I know it's tough to see with that sun, but if you kind of see your position here. So in this video here, there's a lot of really kind of positive things. Hopefully this isn't too dark for you. If it is, just let me know and I'll try to get a better video. So there's a good, nice drive there. We're a little high though. Because you see we're coming down, we're kind of crashing. And we're not traveling super far. I guess it's a decent distance. Sorry, I take that back. But the one thing we do really well here is really staying back on this throw, really loading that arm. So you see this position here. If we were from the side, I almost guarantee we'd see a really good, strong backward C position. The foot is still grounded at this point in the throw. That like I talked about in the last video, keeping that left arm up a little bit more, and that's just kind of like work on timing, a little bit of the timing issues. But this is a really good position to be at for this point in the throw. Knives are up, coming through here. But you notice how right through here now we're kind of dropping that left shoulder down. We're just kind of creating that like a significant angle. We keep those shoulders a little more square, which is going to come from keeping that hand a little higher so that when we pull, we're pulling through a little higher into our shoulder as opposed to down to that hip. We'll be able to stay in slightly better positions. But I mean the force through the javelin here, looks like we're tossing it up just a tiny bit where it's kind of like launching it high rather than pulling it all the way through the point. But it's small. It's small, and I think that we're okay with it. Danger zone. But just something to kind of be aware of.